May 25th, 2020 was a turning point in America and perhaps globally. George Floyd was killed by Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin, who pressed his knee into his neck for 9.5 minutes.
I can't breathe. You're talking to me.
Cell phone video of the murder sparked national outrage. Protests erupted from coast to coast in what was called a racial reckoning.
I can't breathe.
Former officer Chauvin was convicted of murder more than 2 years later, capping what some hope to be the beginning of a new age of accountability. As the streets filled with calls for justice, another movement began to grow for Brianna Taylor, a woman who was killed months earlier. On March 13, 2020, only minutes after midnight, authorized by a no-knock warrant, Louisville officers used a battering ram to force their way into her home, seeking out her boyfriend, Kenneth Walker.
Please come out! Put your hands up!
Shots were fired at the scene.
Walk straight back, or I'll send this dog on you!
Kenneth calls 911 for help and fires a shot because he says he thought there was a break-in.
I was banging at the door and she said, "Who is he?" And the others started shooting.
Brianna Taylor is struck by 8 bullets and killed. Her family reached a $12 million settlement with the city of Louisville. An officer involved in the raid was later indicted on 3 counts of wanton endangerment for shots that entered a neighboring apartment. The officer who shot Brianna Taylor was not charged.
How did they just get away with this? You just kick a door down and just bang, 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 and get away with.
Passionate calls for justice grew, demanding change. April 11th, 2021, in Brooklyn Center, Minnesota, Dante Wright was pulled over for expired registration tags by Officer Kim Potter and a trainee. The officers in the stop attempted to take Dante into custody after determining he had a warrant out for his arrest. He resisted. Officer Potter warns that she's about to fire her taser, but instead, Wright's car is seen speeding off before crashing into another car where he died at the scene. Potter was found guilty of manslaughter and sentenced to 2 years.
I lost my son. He's never coming back. I can't accept that.
Another family finds itself as the newest members of an unfortunate and growing club of mourning parents, brothers, and sisters looking to change a system that is supposed to be meant to protect them. Days after the start of the new year in Los Angeles, father and English teacher Keenan Anderson died while on a trip to visit his family January 3rd. The 31-year-old was stopped by an officer when witnesses pointed to him as the cause of a nearby crash. Police say Anderson was erratic. Body camera footage shows he was tased repeatedly.
Help! Help! They're trying to kill me!
Hey, stop! I'm gonna tase you!
They're trying to do it for me.
He died in a hospital more than 4 hours later. Officers claimed he suffered a medical emergency. His family filed a $50 million wrongful death suit against the city. The LAPD is reviewing its policies on the use of tasers. Police are waiting for a completed autopsy report. Anderson was the cousin of Black Lives Matter co-founder Patrisse Cullors, whose work became a rallying cry in the days after Floyd's death. We spoke to her on Prime about how this familiar tragedy is now sewn into the fabric of her own family.
It's exhausting to think that for a decade, many of us have been doing this work, and now it's at my own doorstep. And I feel like it's surreal still, because I'm not just grieving, my whole family is. And we're all trying to make sense of this moment.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.